Hello and welcome to the Repton Sports Centre in Derby. That's been the venue this weekend, this extended bank holiday Easter weekend for the National Futsal Series, as we bring you action from the Women's Tier 1 this morning. Southampton Aztecs up against Bolton. Well, a very warm welcome to you. I'm Isaac Barrington, and alongside me for all three games that we have in store today, the Derby chairman and head coach Matt Hardy. Matt, good to see you again, and looking forward to the games ahead today.
Yeah, morning Isaac, great to be here, happy Easter. Really looking forward to it. I think you've got a really good one to kick us off. You've got an Aztecs team that are continually improving against a Bolton team with something to prove after their defeat last week, and I think that gives us a really good start. Birmingham will be looking to cement their playoff place, and then something interesting to finish the day with a really exciting game from the Tier 2 of the men's competition.
Yeah, looking forward to all the games in store. Not long till kick-off in the first game of the day now then. But first, let's hear from the two head coaches.
Morning, Will. You must be pleased with the progress you're making in the season so far.
Yeah, we are a decent cup run. I wish we could do a little bit better in the league, but we've got a few games left, so hopefully we're going to pick up some points there and prove to ourselves and everyone else that we have the ability that we know we have.
And you've had a couple of long-term injuries. How are them players doing?
So Lauren is still out for the season, but she's been a great asset on the bench coaching. She's been fantastic. Still have that presence of hers around the girls is brilliant. And Moody's been out for a couple of months, but she is in the squad today. We'll see how much time she gets.
Brilliant. And your opponents today, Bolton, flying high at the top. Word about them?
Well, they've just lost 2 games against a very strong Helvetia team, so they're vulnerable in that sense, but they're going to come out flying. They will want to look for revenge, and they'll be looking at us, our position in the table, and thinking that it's an easy win for them today, and we're here to prove that wrong. And
one player from your side people should look out for?
Well, there's a lot to pick out. Mo in goal was absolutely fantastic at 1v1 saves, and he got Becca Tonks, who can produce magic in any moment, so she's always a threat regardless of how we're playing.
Thanks very much. Go well today.
Thank you very much.
Morning, Laura.
Morning.
Difficult defeat last week against the flying high Helvetia. Looking to bounce back today?
Yeah, it was a good game for Helvetia. They play really well and they're a great team. We know what they're about. Today is just about us getting back to our best as well, just enjoying it and see where we end up.
And your first season in charge, how you found it?
Yeah, it's been a rollercoaster of emotions, but it's been good to be there for the team. I think they believe in me a lot, so it's good that I got that belief from the girls. And the same with people at the club, that they're backing me, like Mick, Cookie, they're all trying to support me, so it's really good.
You mentioned Mick Parrish there, the founder of the club. A word for him and how he'd be super proud of how well the girls have done so far?
Yeah, we love Mick. Like, he's messaging me all the time after the Helvetia game. He's messaging me like the longest paragraph ever, saying what we need to do to work on. And he's always supporting. He's texted us already today saying good luck, so looking forward to it, and we do miss him, so yeah.
And the question you least like the most, the one player to watch today from your side?
I think there's a few, but I think I've been working hard with Kirsty and we're going to try, so Kirsty Corral, I think today will be one to watch.
Thanks, good luck, Laura.
Thank you.
Well, great to hear there then from both Southampton boss Will Wilson and Bolton player coach Laura Tobin, who's done such a good job this season in charge of Bolton, as you can see there, flying high at the top of the league table. And this, their final game of the regular league campaign, just a point away from confirming their status as regular league phase champions.
Yeah, and she touched on it herself, Laura did there, didn't she? It's a great opportunity for them to bounce back. They've had a couple of really tough games against Helvetia who've really hit the ground running since Christmas. They should look at this as an opportunity to wrap up the hard work they did in the first half of the season. But we also, if you look at that, you can see Southampton will be going to just try and cement themselves back in Tier 1 for next season. It's almost there, isn't it? But any sort of result today would confirm it for them as well.
Yeah, well, not long at all until kick-off now then. Just over 5 minutes. We'll have that coming up for you after the break. Welcome back then to the Repton Sports Centre in Derby. Southampton Aztecs here taking on Bolton in the Women's Tier 1 of the National Futsal Series. This is a game which Bolton know that if they avoid defeat here, they'll be uncatchable and confirmed as the league phase champions heading into the playoffs. That's their aim today, and you'd imagine they'll be confident going into it as well, given the two teams' league positions. Here come the teams. It's Southampton in the green and Bolton in their change strip of yellow and black today. So as the two teams are led out onto the court by the referees Mark Burkitt and Jordan Griffiths, they'll line up here and I'll run you through those two team lineups. Southampton have Mo Delaney as their starting goalkeeper. Of course, Lauren Saylor, who is here today in a coaching capacity, out for the season with a long-term injury. The rest of their starting five: Becca Tonks, Laura Barton, Amy Maidment and Beth Anderson. On the substitutes bench to begin with today: Kaylee Tonks, Laura Ingram, Anna Lewis, Davina Aloilolo and Rebecca Moody. As for Bolton, Joy Lowe is of course the starting keeper. Rebecca Foster, Lily Robinson, Laura Tobin and Lila Booth make up the rest of their starting five, with just 4 substitute options: Kerry Sampson, Kirsty Carell, Emily Hutton and Ruby Coleman. Laura Tobin, of course, the player coach of this Bolton team. So Matt, you'd imagine Bolton, despite the fact that they've been on the wrong end of the scoreline in the last 2 games against Helvetia, and that's uncharacteristic of them this season, but you'd imagine they'll still be confident heading into this today.
I think they'll be confident, yeah. I think more than anything they'll probably be a little bit wounded from those 2 defeats. Which shouldn't bode well for Southampton, right? Because you've got the league leaders off the back of 2 defeats, not used to losing, and coming into a game where they know exactly what they need to do, what result they need to get, and I imagine they'll be hungry to bounce back and set the record straight almost. For Southampton though, they've had, Will touched on it in his interview, they've had a really good cup run. They've reached the semi-finals, they actually beat us in the quarter-final and were exceptional on the day. And they've got players who can hurt you if you don't do the basics. Becca Tonks, who we see on camera there as their captain, is a really talismanic leader for them. But keep an eye on Beth Anderson as well, who was exceptional in the game we played against them down in Portsmouth. And she's somebody who's come into the game a little bit later in the season and has really done well since she started.
Yeah, that's the voice of Matt Hardy, Derby head coach, alongside me, Isaac Barrington, today to take you through all 3 games. Following this, we'll have Birmingham WLV Women's against Hertfordshire Vipers, also from the Women's Tier 1, and then Loughborough B against Bolton B on the men's side of things from the Tier 2 North Division. That's also live for you over on the TNT Sports Red Button channel. So we're about to get the action underway here this morning. Southampton Aztecs on the attack right from the start. Tonks very progressive there from the initial kickoff, getting a shot away early on.
And that's what you will see from this Southampton team all the way through the game. It's an unusual offence almost in the way that they play, very off the cuff, and a really talented team. Becca especially has done exceptionally well in the 2-3 years she's been playing the game, and deservedly has been in and around the England setup since the camps have been announced at Christmas.
Here's Tobin trying to wriggle a route through, but it's out for the goal clearance. Here's Southampton's Becca Tonks, who is their top league goal scorer this season with 8 in the campaign. There's a shooting chance there for Laura Barton. Well blocked though by Lily Robinson back there for Bolton. Here's Tobin. Tonks has done well to get back and win the ball for her team. It's a lively start. Out of play now though over on the far side, thereabouts the halfway line.
Yeah, and what you will see, Isaac, from these 2 teams, for viewers who have watched a lot of the Women's Super Series this season, you won't get teams who sit off today. They will come and press, they will come and engage, they will look to be on the front foot defensively. Southampton are very brave in that aspect, which I think will bode well for the nature of the game that we want to see as a neutral.
Kicking taken short there for Southampton. Long ball over the top in search of Tonks, but it ran through to Joy Lowe, a very competent goalkeeper and shot stopper in net for Bolton today. Here's Tobin down the other end, well blocked by Maidment.
Got 2 of them on show here, haven't we? 2 of the real shining lights of this division, Mo Delaney and Joy Lowe. Both young English goalkeepers, bright futures in the game, doing exceptionally well.
Tobin here as the player coach collecting the ball. Now Foster, the captain, out to Robinson. Blocked at the first time of asking and then fired over at the second.
I think it's a really good save actually from Mo.
Had to be a corner.
Had to be really alert. Southampton just got a little bit disorganised, didn't they, defensively? And it's a really good snapshot. A fantastic save.
Good reactions from Mo Delaney, the Southampton shot stopper. First shot on goal of the day. As Booth there takes the kick in. Back to Foster. We're underway again. Foster, central here for Bolton. Out to Booth, skips inside. Tobin back to Booth, promising for Bolton. Good block though. And then Southampton will look to counter, and the handball is given there against Layla Booth.
It's fantastic movement as well, isn't it, from her to create that chance for herself. You see Southampton set up with a really nice block in terms of it as a unit, making it really difficult for Bolton to break them down. It was all about Layla's movement.
Here's Booth with the ball again to Tobin. Comfortable Bolton possession at the moment, taking the game to the Southampton defence. Here's Foster. Robinson, promising again for the league leaders. Here's Tobin. Foster, Southampton just dropping deeper. Bolton edging closer to the Southampton goal. Booth.
Yeah, they're dropping deeper, Isaac, but I think they're looking to engage. They've just got a deep line of engagement. They're almost on the 10-metre spot where they're looking to engage and try and block.
Sent into a dangerous area there, and Tobin against the woodwork, albeit the outside of the post or the top of the crossbar.
What a fantastic first touch that is as well. This is the only downside of playing this deep, is you allow those kind of passes in, and Laura's desperately unlucky. But they're away here.
Might be away here, they are, they're in, but the goalkeeper's done superbly well there, Low. Out quickly, read the danger, and was quick out of a penalty area to meet Laura Barton.
Yeah, it's one she's got to time right, isn't it? Get that wrong in any way, and she puts herself in a lot of trouble, but fantastic defending from Joy Low.
Yeah, the last line of defence there for Bolton, and did her job well. Promising signs, though, for Southampton. On the attack again, here's Rebecca Tonks. Foster has it back for Bolton. Now Booth. Travelling forward up over halfway. Tobin. Changing the angle, going for goal. It just bounced off Delaney and towards Booth, but she was a little flat-footed.
Lively start.
Yeah, high intensity, all action so far. Emily Hutton here on for Bolton as they've made the first couple of changes.
That's exactly what Southampton are looking for with this sort of deeper block, is just sit deep, wait for Bolton to get frustrated and make mistakes, and then look to turn the ball over. But you're seeing straight away they're being very direct. They're looking to go into Becca Tonks' feet and get runners in and off her. Anderson and Barton are making up ground really quickly to go and support her, and they have goal threats. They're a team that do have a lot of goal threats.
Kicking then here in an advanced attacking position for Southampton. Taken short there to Tonks, who just was happy to keep possession. Back to Maidment. Bolton stepping up the press, and it ends up back with goalkeeper Delaney.
Really smart decision there from Southampton, just to recover that ball and go back to Mo Delaney. Got a goalkeeper who can play, so use that as an out of pressure moment and just recycle the ball.
Tobin there off to be replaced. Robinson likewise, as Sampson and Corral make their introductions. Hutton, they're collecting possession for Bolton, driving forward as well, looking for Corral, finding Corral, back here to Emily Hutton. Southampton's turn to try to break away on the transition. Anderson does well to keep possession, finding Maidment. And then the loose ball from Amy Maidment sees it out for the kick-in.
Yeah, sloppy one, she'll be disappointed there, Amy Maidment. Under no real pressure, has to find that pass and then attack the top of the area. It's a really good start.
Won the ball back in a really dangerous area there. And the shot on goal from Laura Barton forces the save. The smothering stop from Lowe.
It's a fantastic start from both teams. Both looking to play on the front foot. Both looking to be nice and aggressive. What can Southampton do from this?
Kaylee Tonks, the number 6, on for Southampton, but nothing coming of that corner.
Difficult one, isn't it? We just have a look at this chance again. It's a really quick Joy Lowe. Great goalkeeping to get out and close that down.
Kaylee Tonks here breaking forwards. Just forced wide into the corner of the court though. Hutton forwards to Corral. There's a runner to the left and one to the right as well. It's the left which is opted for. And it's good covering defended when it was necessary. Laura Barton back there.
Yeah, it's fantastic run from Sampson. Really smart play by Corral as well. Perfectly weighted pass, wasn't it? Just a first touch let her down. Gave Barton the chance to get back in. Southampton will be really pleased with the way they've defended those kind of moments so far. Kaylee Tonks offers something different to this Aztecs team as well, because she's very, very direct. He's almost a direct, unorthodox attack in a way, and she will look to pick the ball up and run and just try and cause chaos almost in the way that she plays the game, and it gives Bolton something different to think about. They'll be the ones now who are looking to play the purer form of futsal, let's say, and look to get the likes of Sampson and Corral, two really experienced players, on the ball. Southampton will be happy when the ball's in these areas, and then they're working really hard once it almost passes that red line quite visibly on the court, to go and win that ball back and force Bolton back down the court.
Slightly loose there from Hutton, but Bolton get away with it. Here's Corral. Nearly 6 minutes played here at the Repton Sports Centre. Still Southampton 0, Bolton 0, but it's been all action in the opening exchanges so far. A very lively start. Delaney dishing that one long, well taken down there by Kaylee Tonks. Back to her sister here, Rebecca Tonks. Too much on it there for Davina Aloilolo, the number 2 for Southampton.
It's a really clever pass as well, if she reads that. Really clever pass in behind the pressing defender. Defender trying to cheat a little bit. That's the risk.
Aloilolo to take this kick it. Sweeping the ball cross court there to Tonks. Aloilolo forward up to Rebecca Tonks. Kaylee Tonks trying to win it back again, and the decision will be Bolton kicking. Runs all the way through and out for the goal clearance. Here's Kaylee Tonks, and it's a good block by the backtracking defender there, Kerry Sampson. Important intervention.
Fantastic direct play from Southampton there. Really good ball out into the pivot. Rebecca Tonks does really well to pin the defender, hold the ball up, and then find a really well-weighted pass to her sister. And again, Southampton is who's threatening early on. Despite what you might be seeing on your screens, it is still 0-0. A few technical difficulties, I think, Isaac. Here we go.
Chance here for Bolton, and swept away there and straight into the camera on the near side.
Again, Really precise, decisive goalkeeping from Mo Delaney. You've seen both keepers doing that early on. Both teams looking to press high, looking to go and engage. They need their keepers on the front foot and be willing to come out of their areas and do that.
Hutton picking a good ball up to Corral. Good goalkeeping. Delaney then takes it upon herself to advance forwards. Perhaps not the wisest decision that time, but it's good goalkeeping to begin with.
One thing you'll get from Mo Delaney is the confidence to try and do that. She can play, she is a player, and she's someone who is equally comfortable outfield as she is in goal, but yeah, just at times that youthful enthusiasm will let her down in those kind of situations. So she's done well to recover, and her teammates have got round her and made sure they snuffed out that danger.
Southampton 0, Bolton 0 here in the first half at the Repton Sports Centre.
And again, a really good example of what we were saying there. Southampton quite happy just to sit, almost let Bolton have the ball on halfway and just wait for the mistakes, wait for the negative pass, wait for an opportunity to go and win it. It's really smart defending from them and shows how hard they've been working and how much of homework they've done on this Bolton team. Just really trying to frustrate them.
Southampton kicking there, taken forward in search of Kaylee Tonks. Bolton though with the ball back. Corral.
It's fantastic work from both of them, but again, Kirsty really strong there.
Corral spins away, comfortable in possession as ever. Long diagonal ball through here, runs to Sampson. And it's collected by Delaney in the penalty area. Again, looking to kickstart a transitional attack forwards. Rebecca Tonks offloading here to Kaylee Tonks, and just a touch let her down. Back down the other way, Southampton need to get back. Bolton coming forward, but it's a brilliant challenge from Davina Aloilolo.
Yeah, I was about to say what a tackle that is, because you've had transition, nothing finished, and suddenly that can be the weakest moment of a defensive unit. So Aloilolo with a fantastic challenge just to end the game and end that phase of play and allow her team the chance to reset. It's really nice movement from Kaylee Tonks there to get in between the lines and try and just orchestrate the game and get hold of the ball, something we've not. Southampton have gone very direct so far, so looking to build from deep on that last attack. Didn't quite come off, but it's, again, promising signs. And straight back into this really disciplined defence that we've seen from them so far.
Yeah, it's a regular pattern of play at the moment as Southampton there commit their first foul. It's against Aloilolo on Booth.
That's one thing they've just got to be careful of. They're being nice and aggressive when they do go and engage, but don't give away too many of those.
Booth forward here to Tobin, back to Booth and across to Tobin. Really, really well worked Bolton goal. And they take their lead through player coach Laura Tobin.
It's a fantastic goal, isn't it? Really good play from Layla Booth. Couple of 1-2s, and then she finds Laura Tobin with an empty net. Gets a slice of luck maybe off Rebecca Tonks in the initial movement, but then it's all about quality, all about precise decision making, and a really well worked goal. That's what Bolton needed. Now Southampton with something different to think about, because now they have to come out a little bit more to get back into this one.
Yeah, well, they won't panic yet, Southampton. A long way to go, of course. Approaching the midway point of the first half.
In futsal, like in any sport, the game can change so quickly, right? Very transitional game at times, and they'll be looking to just continue to work as hard as they have been, and they've had chances, haven't they? We've seen they've worked themselves into good areas. Bolton will be really pleased with getting that goal and hoping that now they can build on from that. That's what you need sometimes from a big player and a leader like Laura Tobin, isn't it? Just that moment, her and Layla, a little bit of quality. Really good decision making, especially when you've lost a couple and you're up against it in the early phases of a game. So often we see that from Laura.
Yeah, coming into this game off the back of 2 straight defeats, both against London Helvetia and both 5-1. Bolton, despite their league position, one of those was in the cup, against Helvetia. They're on the right side of the scoreline here at the moment. Tobin, the goal scorer, breaking forwards again here. Tobin offloading to Foster. And Delaney down low at her near post.
And just looking there for Rebecca Foster, just to a little bit more composure and set that back into a good area. You're never going to beat a good goalkeeper, or very rarely going to beat a good goalkeeper from that angle. And we all have already acknowledged the fact that Mo Delaney is a very good goalkeeper.
Booth could have done with some support there. Barton couldn't find Tonks though.
Tell you what, if Layla could have found that pass through, Southampton almost got caught over pressing and two players had both gone. She'd managed to draw the attention of two players. There was an overload on that far side. She just couldn't find the pass, so fortunate one for Southampton. Slight mistake, I think.
Foster up to Corral. Always dangerous around the edge of the penalty area. Back to Foster now. Bolton still dictating proceedings here with plenty of the possession. Southampton waiting to pounce on the counter.
It's great pressure again from them. Really, really good work.
Taken quickly here, up to Tonks, and I don't think Bolton were actually aware that that was a Southampton kick-in. Seemed to be caught off guard.
And that's another fantastic save, isn't it, from Joy Lowe? That's what Southampton will bring. They'll be aggressive. They'll be confident.
Long ball through there from Delaney to Kaylee Tonks. And again, Lowe with another trademark stop.
And you have to say, despite Bolton leading, Joy Lowe's been in the busier of the two keepers so far, hasn't she? 3 or 4 times now she's been called upon.
Yeah, really called upon in the Bolton goal.
The Tonks sisters especially causing problems. Those kind of areas, I think, is where Southampton will just be looking for Amy Maidman just to reset, go back to Mo Delaney. Don't get caught on the ball, don't give away needless possession. It's just that naivety sometimes and that little bit of inexperience in the game. I think they'll be pleased. I think Will will be really pleased with his team's start so far, though. Feel like they're growing in terms of confidence. The more the more forays forward that they get joy from. They've almost become a little bit deeper in their squad as they've moved on as well through the 2-3 seasons they've been in Tier 1. A bit more experienced.
Corral there, happy to go back to Booth. Southampton have certainly made improvements this season. 4 points. They'll be hoping to add to that before their league campaign is over as well. They'll be targeting 3 points on the final day when they'll face rock bottom side Hertfordshire.
I think the points tally, Isaac, probably doesn't tell. Just pause for a split second. Good opportunity there for Emily Hudson. Yeah, the points tally probably doesn't show the whole story. It's another good ball
Throw
out
here to Tonks. Good save again from Lowe. Still there for Kaylee Tonks. The follow-up effort from Anderson. Again, forcing the save. But yeah, they've had a good cup campaign, haven't they, this season, Southampton? So the improvements may be better highlighted by that than, as you say, the points tally. Now down the other end, Corral. Palmed behind by Delaney.
And I'm sure if you ask the top 4 or 5 in Tier 1 as well, they're not easy games against this Southampton team. You're playing against a good side, a side that will come and have a go, and a side that know their own strengths. And yeah, they're probably not getting the results, but the performances are certainly improving, and you've seen a lot of improvement all the way through.
Clock has stopped at the moment whilst the ball's in play, so that's an issue. Stuck on 7 minutes and 7 seconds in the venue, and now runs down as the ball goes out, as we'll have a timeout. So I think the timekeeper, Ian Vaines, has maybe just got that a little bit wrong, but hope it'll be adjusted.
We had that a couple of times yesterday with Ian Vaines, getting a bit too distracted by the crowd. I think he's not been around Tier 1 much this season, has he? We've seen a lot of him the last couple of weeks, perhaps just forgetting what it takes at this level. I'm sure he'll enjoy me saying that. A nice box of sweets on display yesterday, which he was too interested in giving to the crowd and got a little bit of trouble with Alex Sibbury in our game. So
Yeah, well, had to press the buzzer there, the timekeeper, because a timeout's being called with Bolton leading by 1-0. That Laura Tobin goal, really well-worked move with the exchange of passes between Layla Booth and Laura Tobin, with the latter finishing it off lovely. And that's the difference between the teams at this stage. But Southampton have certainly had promising moments, certainly had chances, and Joy Lowe in the Bolton goal has definitely, on numerous occasions really, been to the rescue for her team and been called upon.
Yeah, they'll be pleased. They'll be really pleased by this start. And I'm sure that was just a message from Will of stick to the plan, stick to what you're doing, keep making those, creating those opportunities, and try not to give Bolton anything too easy. If Bolton are going to build on this lead, make sure they earn it rather than it be anything that you give to them. And that so many times in a struggling side, a side that doesn't quite get the results, can be the Achilles heel.
Taken there by Rebecca Tonks, long back across from Anderson, only to Hutton, who leads the counter charge. Well challenged though by Tonks. Now Anderson again. Tonks. Out for the Bolton kick-in.
And you could hear really clearly on the audio from the venue there, Will Wilson asking his team just to be brave on those kick-ins. Go and press a little bit higher, go and engage, go and make Bolton play through you a little bit further down the court, a little bit closer to their own goal. And then in open play here, they're quite happy just to continue to force those kind of errors like we've just seen there. Emily Hutton too keen to play forward. Sometimes you just got to keep possession, recycle. It's another good ball out from Mo Delaney.
Here's Rebecca Tonks up against Hutton.
Just looking for a little bit of support there, wasn't she? A little bit quicker.
Yeah, kept the ball though. Here's Maidmans. Tonks.
It's a great ball.
Sweeping it across here to Anderson, and took a touch off Hutton to help it through to Lowe.
Bolton would be happy with that. They're letting... It's a little bit better from them, I think, defensively. That's a great ball. It's a really good ball from Laura
Through there to
Tobin.
Hutton, back into Corral. And it's gone behind for the corner again. Good goalkeeping, but it was that lofted ball through to Emily Hutton, which, as you say, Matt, was the key there in unlocking the Southampton defence.
And that's the quality that Laura Tobin brings, isn't it?
It's actually a good recovery there from Tonks rather than good goalkeeping. It's taken by the goalkeeper then that time, but in the prior instance, it was captain Rebecca Tonks who got back to do the business defensively. Helped on by Tobin, up to Hutton. Takes a wicked ricochet off Barton there and back to the goalkeeper. It would have been an inadvertent own goal, but for that from the goalkeeper. Down the other end, Tonks. It's still there for her, maybe, and a big collision between Rebecca Tonks and Lowe, who's quickly back to her feet, and Tonks likewise now.
Well, it's the tale of two goalkeepers, isn't it, so far this one? Both keepers been in fantastic form in the early stages of this game.
Oh, lovely footwork there from Corral. Bypasses her first opponent, but then couldn't pick the pass. Good recovery from Sampson. Up to Corral and across to Tobin. Through the legs of the goalkeeper, but against the post. Got away with one a bit there, Delaney, but managed to keep it out nonetheless.
Becca Tonks has been on court for a long period of time here, and I think you're just seeing her get a little bit leggy. A couple of decisions not quite gone away. What a save that is, and to turn the ball round as quickly as she did as well.
Corral long on the diagonal to Tobin, back across to Foster. 2 attempts at it. It's a good double block. Amy Maidman, the defender back there for Southampton.
Take another look at that last Becca Tonks chance. I tell you what, if she could have found Amy Maidman at the second post rather than shooting, if she'd seen that, what a great opportunity that could have been for Southampton. 4 minutes left in this half. They'll be really pleased with the half's work. Really important now that they continue it. They don't allow...
Nice long diagonal again, and Corral on the end of the reverse pass back from Tobin. Goal scorer there, Laura Tobin, looking to turn provider and link up with Corral. That was highlighted pre-match. Very close to a Bolton second. Tobin with the effort from the resulting corner, goes up over the bar, out for take two.
Yeah, she's had a really good game, hasn't she, Laura, so far? Everything that Bolton are doing really well is going through their player manager.
Tobin slips it through again to Booth that time.
I think it's Sampson rather than Booth.
It was Sampson, beg your pardon, but nice ball through from Tobin nonetheless.
She's an exceptionally talented futsal player. Plays at a high level of football as well, we know, but in terms of a real link-up, unselfish, like selfless pivot player, she's one that is few and far between in this country, and is someone who we know more teams would love to have in their ranks.
Corral after the bouncing ball. Anderson gets to it. Sampson in the way then. Just over 3 minutes to play in this first half now. It's a first half which has seemingly flown by, but there have been plenty of opportunities and plenty of action. It's been one which you can't take your eyes away from. It's going to be a timeout here called by Southampton as it goes out for their goal clearance. So both teams now having used their first half timeout cards, and Bolton still leading by a goal to nil.
Interesting one this. You can see Will obviously got an idea of something he wants to see in terms of their attack. I think they'll continue to look to be direct, continue to look to turn Bolton round and go into that 1v1 battle where they've had so much joy with either of the Tongue sisters against Hutton or Foster as Bolton's fix. And I think it's about how do they get support in there a little bit quicker, a little bit more quality once that ball goes in there. And really it's decision-making final third, isn't it? That's the difference between the two teams. We've seen a moment of brilliance between Layla Booth and Laura Tobin that's got them the lead. But then for Southampton now, it's right, you've created opportunities. How do we have a little bit more quality to get ourselves into that situation where we can equalise and we can get this game back level pegging before half-time?
Yeah, that will be the aim for the Aztecs heading into the final few minutes before the break as we return back to the court. Foster forward to Sampson. Had a little look up there for options essentially. That long distribution again from Delaney. Too much on it that time and through to her opposite goalkeeper.
They're looking to go direct very, very early, aren't they? We've seen that's been a trait of the way they've played the game all the way through. Looking to maybe catch Bolton off guard.
Robinson there to Corral. Robinson with the ball back at her feet again. Corral trying to find the pass forward down the line, but it just swept out of play. Certainly have been very direct though, very energetic in this first half. Here's Kaylee Tonks, direct again and prods it just wide. No need for a save from the goalkeeper that time, off target. It's a good chance though.
I think she's got caught in two minds. Really, really good play. This is her in a really good area. It's where she wants to play, and she's looked for the second post. You see it visibly there, don't you, in that replay? But she perhaps just has to shoot high and force Joy Low into a save. Perhaps looking for that support. It's those kind of moments, isn't it? That's going to be the difference for them.
Corral here allowed to advance, and it took a wicked deflection against the crossbar. And the woodwork is the only reason as to why here Bolton stay at just one goal up and don't further extend their lead. Let's see the replay.
It's a wicked deflection, isn't it? And takes it away from Mo Delaney, but fortunately for the Southampton keeper, comes back off the bar. And here we go again. We know what Tonks is going to do here.
Kaylee Tonks there keeping it in play. And just body checked a little bit there by the Bolton player, Kirsty Corral. Free kick.
Take another look at this one. Corral, it's a really good first touch. One thing on her mind.
Yeah, could so easily have ended up in the back of the net after the deflection off Barton. Just a third foul of the half.
One thing this Aztecs team do have is a whole arsenal of set pieces from these kind of situations. Let's see what they've got in their locker here. It's Ingram and Becca Tonks over it.
It's going to be Tonks, who went directly for goal that time. Straight into the two-player wall.
Yeah, Ingram's sort of decoy run, just looking to open that wall up perhaps. Didn't happen. Bolton didn't fall for the bluff.
Yeah, we're into the final 90 seconds now of this first period. Bolton 1 goal to the good. Southampton looking to change that before half-time. Kick-in is taken forward by Ingram. Direct again up to her captain in Tonks, but now Corral pressurising the Southampton goal again. Was unselfish in trying to feed the pass to Robinson, but it was misplaced.
Again, good defending. I think Ingram and Becca Tonks have done well to cover the danger. Here we go again. With a really good direct ball into the pivot.
Rebecca Tonks to Kaylee Tonks. Nice parallel ball down the line and back into a central area where Rebecca Tonks wasn't too far away from it. Kaylee Tonks, I beg your pardon, she was the intended target. Nice give and go. Houghton will again come forwards with it here and just too far ahead of Tobin. Likes to travel forward like that with the ball at her feet, then drive through the central area of the court, Emily Houghton. Distribution is long again from Delaney, but dropped perhaps a little short to where she wanted it. Robinson. Well challenged, good defending again. Kaylee Tonks that time, who wins the free kick as well. Did superbly well there.
Yeah, she has done really well under a lot of pressure, just to try and force that ball through.
Houghton. Options in the centre for Houghton. Southampton will again look to maybe launch one last first half attack here. Lofted through to Ingram on the volley. Just didn't quite catch it how she wanted, but the ball through to her was sublime.
What an opportunity that is. Really good lofted wall pass. And Ingram will be disappointed, but here they go again.
Kaylee Tonks, they're going to have to be quick. Here is Kaylee Tonks.
What a save.
Good save right at the edge of the box. Still there for Tonks. And Lowe makes the stop again, and that will be that for half-time. Great goalkeeping once more.
What a fantastic first half of the day this has been. Really good advert for the women's game.
No time for that kick-in to be taken. And Bolton have this slender, narrow, one-goal advantage going into the break. Laura Tobin with her goal, the difference between the teams at the midway point. Lovely assist from Layla Booth as well, but they really have their goalkeeper Joy Lowe to thank for the fact that they do still have this one-goal lead intact. There's the half-time score at the midway point. It's Southampton Aztecs 0, Bolton 1. Welcome back to the National Futsal Series, live today on TNT Sports. And at half-time, as you can see there, it's currently Southampton Aztecs 0, Bolton 1. An excellent first half of futsal in the women's Tier 1 of the National Futsal Series. Let's show you the highlights from that first half. It was a brilliant watch in that first 20 minutes, wasn't it, Matt?
It was, yeah. It's tale of two goalkeepers. I think I touched on it probably about 15 minutes into the half. Joy Lowe in the Bolton goal and Mo Delaney being exceptional, but also need to give a little bit of a shout out and a bit of credit to Laura Tobin, who I think has been the best outfield player on court. She's the one player who's trying to play with a bit of quality, trying to play with a bit of composure, and deservedly got the goal that separates the two teams. But as you've seen from these highlights, he's been number of good saves, number of last-ditch blocks as both teams tried to probe and find a way through. But don't give away too many of those.
Booth forward here to Tobin, back to Booth and across to Tobin. Really, really well worked. Yeah, great goal, wasn't it, from Laura Tobin, and the assist from Layla Booth as well in there. Lovely link-up play, and Tobin there with the finish.
Yeah, really good finish, and they got an ounce of luck, didn't they, with that ricochet off Rebecca Tonks, but then from there it was all about Booth and Tobin just playing with a little bit of quality. But here we go, and this is really the story of the half for Southampton. Number of opportunities, and when Joy Lowe just a brick wall almost in front of them. And it's save after save from both goalkeepers as well, just on hand to make sure they get something on it. And when the goalkeepers haven't been there, defenders have been to cover them.
Yeah, great defending that time from the Southampton skipper, Rebecca Tonks, who's been highly involved in that first half as well. Another good stop from Delaney in the Southampton goal. And you saw on the replay there, just immediately trying to kick-start the counter-attack. She's done that on so many occasions in the first half.
It's those kind of moments where, if you're Will Wilson, you're just looking for a little bit more. What a quality pass that is, and Kirsty Corral will be disappointed. She's got to do better with that. It's a really nice give and go, real quality return ball from Laura Tobin. But yeah, from Will's perspective, I think he'll be just asking for a little bit better decision making from his team. You've seen 3 or 4 opportunities in that half where if a better decision is made in that final third, it results in a goal. At the moment, just a little bit naivety perhaps, and rush of blood to the head, and they're trying to force the ball home rather than play into that second player. This was the chance, wasn't it? Right at the end of the half, and Ingram be desperately disappointed she's not made a better contact.
Yeah, it would have been a brilliant goal had that one have found the back of the net. And right just before the final buzzer, another save for Joy Lowe. I think she was actually just outside the penalty area when she stopped that, but with the legs, and another great save from the Bolton goalkeeper. That's the tale of the first half, a tale of two goalkeepers, as Matt says, really, in that first period, with a little bit of Bolton magic sprinkled in there too. Laura Tobin's goal. The difference between the teams at half-time. The second half is coming up shortly. Welcome back then. Laura Tobin's goal, the difference between the teams at half-time. Bolton here leading by 1-0, their final game of the regular league phase. And it's a game in which they know if they just avoid defeat here, although I'm sure they'll be looking for the 3 points, they will be confirmed as the regular league phase champions ahead of the playoffs. Matt, what do you think has been said at half-time in both the two team dressing rooms, and how do you think they'll be feeling at this stage?
So I think they'll both be praising their goalkeepers to start with. And I think it'll be about quality from both teams. I think from Will Wilson and Southampton's point of view, they're looking for a little bit more quality in those top areas. When they get those chances, you can't afford to not take the number of chances they've had against a quality side in this Bolton team and let them off the hook. And then for Bolton, I think, bar Laura, I think they've not had enough quality on the ball. I don't think they've played smart enough. I don't think they've played with enough composure or given as good an account of themselves as they should. And I think that's what they'll be looking to do. Can they up the level? Straight away, it's Southampton on the front foot, though.
Yeah, Rebecca Tonks there coming forward down wide left as Southampton play from left to right in this second half. Taken there by Rebecca Tonks, but straight into the path of the Bolton goalkeeper. Foster under pressure there and travelling with the ball on her right foot, which was the closest side to the Southampton players.
What was quite interesting on that last corner is Bolton almost defended player to player, which confused Southampton, and they obviously had a routine set. Again, quality from Laura there, trying to play through.
Decision there goes Southampton's way, so it's their kicking.
Here's a game actually, Jordan Griffiths, young referee, quite new to the game still, and really his first season of any sort of notice in terms of this level, and he's been doing men's and women's tier 1 games quite consistently and been impressive.
Good challenge there from Rebecca Tonks. On the overlap was Ingram, but Tonks just left the ball behind. Anderson now out to Ingram. There's an opportunity there, though, for Southampton if Captain Tonks had just continued to travel forward with that.
Yeah, opportunity there, and then I think you're just asking for her if you're Anderson there to just get out of the way so she could strike that sort of rebound. Here we go.
Here's Anderson in, though, and Booth with a crucial touch. Just got her toe to the ball there, Booth. Tobin turning in possession. Booth to the left. It's a good challenge by the back-tracking Anderson that time. Bolton kicking, first 90 seconds of the second half played. Foster into Tobin on the turn. Spilt away from the goalkeeper. Ingram.
Yeah, good decision. Good decision. She just had to look to get rid of that ball in that situation, not overplay. Won herself a kick in. Again there, you just saw that little bit of Laura Tobin quality, didn't you? Turning onto her right foot, forcing another save from Mo Delaney.
Foster with a decision to make, but lost possession.
Oh, brilliant.
Tonks did superbly well. Kaylee Tonks is ahead of her. Here's so too Anderson. Just didn't get the pass right because Kaylee Tonks was waiting at the back stick.
I think Kaylee's sister goes the wrong way, in all honesty. I think if she finds her sister there, they've got a really good opportunity. She's giving the ball to Anderson on Anderson's weaker foot and asking her to play that pass. Not quite working for them so far. It's that kind of moment, isn't it, Isaac? That's where they need that little bit more quality if they're going to get something from this. Had a lot of joy in between the penalty areas almost. Or from their own penalty area up, really, other than that one moment, and just that final pass that's letting them down.
Yeah, still promising signs, though, for Southampton at the start of this second half. It's Bolton attacking here. Booth back out to Foster. Now Robinson. Foster wants it back and was in a pocket of space in a really good area at the top of the penalty area there, but it was flashed across too high for her.
Yeah, she made a really smart run off the shoulder of Rebecca Tonks, who's not tracked the run.
Chance here. Kaylee Tonks looking to round the goalkeeper. And tried to squeeze it in at the near post, but only into the side netting. Again, the goalkeeper doing enough there, Joy Lowe.
It's a really important touch. If you get this wrong, you're in all sorts of trouble as a goalkeeper. And then it's one of them, isn't it, where from that sort of angle.
She has been outstanding today, Joy Lowe, in the Bolton goal.
She has, and she's been called upon far too many times for Laura Tobin's liking, I'm sure, but really showing her quality.
Here's Anderson in search of Kaylee Tonks again, but now it's 2v1 here for Bolton, 3v1 in fact. Booth, and they don't take advantage.
Yeah, Bolton should have punished Southampton there for that.
Booth shoots for goal. There's a defender back on the line anyhow, but Delaney got to it.
Not to be forgotten about. Mo Delaney, just reminding you there's 2 good goalkeepers on this court, not just one. But yeah, Bolton should have punished Southampton there. Really poor decision from Anderson not to pass rather than go direct, and very nearly cost the team.
Loose pass there that time from the Bolton captain, Rebecca Foster. Long ball up there to Rebecca Tonks. Now Anderson. Tonks with it again, but Robinson was quickly closing her down. Maidment's given that one away.
I think Laura might have nicked it, actually. I think it might have been a really nice little touch. Great feet, Becca Tonks.
Looked to foul and was. Clear decision for the referee. Challenge there on Booth. Bolton free kick.
Yeah, just one of them, isn't it, where Layla Booth gets there quicker. Easy one for the referee. Painful one sometimes.
Turned behind by Delaney. It's 2 Southampton fouls in the second half now, the first of which was an unfortunate handball. Hutton, the shooter from the corner. Rebecca Tonks in the way, out for take 2, same side.
Just keep an eye on Lily Robinson at this second post there, because both Anderson and Tonks just sort of let her under in.
And it breaks to Robinson. Can't convert though, it was a difficult effort as it bounced back her way.
Yeah, not really enough pressure on her at any stage in that move, and it's reactive defending more than proactive defending from them.
Emily Hutton there, the first player caution, just came through the back of Kaylee Tonks. And the yellow card straight out of the pockets of referee Mark Burkitt. So Hutton shown yellow.
It's an easy one for the referee, isn't it? Mark's been around this game a while and knows when to use their card. I think that's what you've seen from both referees here. Been quite happy to let the 2 teams play, let the little bits of contact happen. But yeah, that's it. That's a simple one.
Rebecca Tonks forced wide, 2 Bolton players just doubling up on her there. Hutton off the back of that yellow card, still on court and takes that kick in.
Oh, what play.
Tonks through hit it.
What's
the opportunity is a brilliant finish from Laura Barton. Lovely chip over Lowe, who couldn't keep it out that time. And it's Laura Barton who gets Southampton back on level terms.
And there is that bit of quality we've been waiting for from this Southampton team all game. Brilliant from Rebecca Tonks, fantastic hold-up play, moves the ball and manipulates it really well. And it's a really smart, clever finish from Laura Barton. Gets her team level, deservedly so as well. Now let's see what both teams have in store for us.
The header from Tobin, it was spilt by Delaney, who did well to react and recover there.
She did. She reacted really well. And again, looking to go really direct, really early.
Southampton now back on level terms and with their tails up as well. Kaylee Tonks, good challenge though from Sampson.
Yeah, fantastic defending from Sampson. Had to stop that shot whatever way she could. Southampton believe here, don't they? Visibly, they believe that they can get something from this game. They've played exceptionally well. They've approached it really, really smartly.
Into a central position again. Bounces away from Kaylee Tonks. And it's through eventually to Joy Lowe. But Southampton will certainly feel that they're good value for this level scoreline at this point.
I think Bolton just need to keep the ball for a little bit. Try and take the sting out of the game.
Corral. Hutton. Well blocked.
It's very flat though, isn't it, from Bolton? Not what you're used to seeing from them. These two Helvetia games have knocked the stuffing out of them a little bit, and obviously just struggling a little bit with their confidence. You can hear Laura audibly trying to encourage her troops, trying to get the best from them. But at the moment, just struggling to find their groove.
Yeah, I remember watching them play and commentating on their win over Bloomsbury earlier this season. The reigning champions, Bloomsbury, of course, and Bolton was superb that day, but they haven't really played to that same level here on this occasion. It's not the sort of form that they want heading into the playoffs as well. Of course, still very apparent how much quality they have throughout their squad, but they just need to utilise it better. Here's Corral. Bolton on the attack now. It's going to be behind for the corner.
That's better from them though, isn't it? A lot better. Really nice three-player move, and Barton, the goal scorer, in to deny the other goal scorer what would have been surely a tap-in.
Tobin to Sampson, just had to try to improvise there with a back to goal and try to flick the ball goal bound.
Southampton just need to stay disciplined. They've fought their way back in, keep doing what they've been doing, keep forcing Bolton mistakes, keep working as hard as they have been working.
Maidman's touch takes it back to Delaney. She lofts it long off the head of Hutton. Aloilolo sees it out of play.
Yeah, smart decision as well. No need to keep the ball in. Use your kick in, maintain possession.
Tobin just winning possession back there. Sampson. Ingram using her strength well, got a body in between to see that one out.
Probably interestingly, for how Southampton are feeling in this game, that the four that's on here contains no Anderson and neither of the Tonks sisters. Probably the first time we've seen that in today's game. And I think it's a real sign of how much this team has improved, that they feel confident enough to do that. Full credit to them. They've earned the right today to go and play, go and assert themselves on this. And you have to say, at this moment in time, the way the game's going, they look the more likely, don't they? Despite the obvious quality of the team that they're playing against.
Yeah, we heard from Will Wilson pre-match. He does have Rebecca Moody back in his squad today, but she's yet to make an entrance. Has been out for a couple of months, injured.
Yeah, and I don't think it's the kind of game, if you've been out injured for a while, and I know I did have a very brief chat with her when we played a couple of weeks ago, and she has been really struggling. I don't think it's the kind of game you want to come back into unless you really need to. Exceptional defender, we know that, but yeah, the last thing you'd want is to come in and...
Chance here for Corral!
What a goal.
Brilliant strike from Kirsty Corral, and Bolton have their lead back, 2-1.
And we've been asking, Isaac, haven't we, all game? I've been saying these Bolton players just needed to up that level slightly. There it is. It's a fantastic layoff from Laura Tobin as well. Perfectly weighted, and what a strike. Improvised pass, and then a fabulous strike from Kirsty Corral. And that's what those two especially bring to the table for this Bolton team. Get them back in front. And you have to say, It's harsh on Southampton, isn't it? But that's what you're up against sometimes.
A moment of quality there between Tobin and Corral, and Tobin highlighted Kirsty Corral pre-match as one to watch and somebody who she had been working with on the training court. It's paid dividends there. And Samson might be in for another. Good defending from Aloilolo. Tobin. Robbed of possession though. Aloilolo did well.
Great ball.
Tonks back towards Aloilolo. Good goalkeeping though from Lowe. Said that plenty of times today.
We have. And I tell you what, if a team get anything from this, if they're to win this game, Joy Lowe will have played a massive, massive part in it. Been really impressed with Aloilolo. Just very direct, very raw, clearly, but plays to her strengths. She's quick, she's aggressive, strong in the challenge. That's what Southampton have done so well, right? Is they've played to all of their strengths. They've looked to get their danger players on the ball in the right areas, and then they've worked really, really hard. That's what Bolton now have to continue to do. Have to now just maintain possession, not make mistakes like that from Becca Foster. Better player than that, has more time on the ball than that.
Up here to Rebecca Tonks. Lowe sets the 1v1 alight here for Tobin. Aloilolo got back and got to the ball. Good recovery. Tobin, I think, pleading her case that was a foul, but looked like a good recovery from Aloilolo. And got the last touch on it as well before the Bolton set piece.
Yeah, I think Laura will have just felt contact from behind there and be asking for that, but again, just on this back post, just watch this. Southampton just got to stay switched on, tend to go a little bit passive and a little bit too almost zonal in their defence, and don't watch where the Bolton players are moving, and it could be a downfall for them at some stage. Lily Robinson's really clever at getting between the two players.
Here's Booth. Back to Foster, I should say. Here's Robinson now. Tobin. Booth trying to feed it back to Tobin, and Southampton will counter again. Not the required pass there though.
No, it's a pass you've got to get right, isn't it, in that situation?
Aloilolo again dogged and determined in winning it back, but only presented it back to Bolton, who have it in the aftermath as well. Tobin's to the left, but the ball's sent behind her.
What a game. What an advert this has been for the Women's Super Series. Too many times we see these games can go a little bit flat, a little bit one-sided, and you've had a Southampton team here, and full credit to them, they've come and had a go against the league leaders, the champions-elect as it might be.
And we've seen 3 great goals as well. Different in their own rights, and really 3 excellent goals on display today.
Good challenge, well
Might
recovered.
be more as well. Good tackle again from Aloilolo, but then loses out in the aftermath. Just that final decision to offload and keep possession, perhaps lacking on a couple of occasions when she has been back to win the ball.
With 10 minutes left though, this is anyone's, isn't it, so far? It's really, really difficult. Bolton have that advantage, and you have to feel if they can just up the quality a little bit, just a touch, find that next gear, they could manage this game out. But Southampton are gonna stay determined, gonna be dogged, gonna keep probing.
Corral turning again. Always wanted it on her favoured right foot though. She turned to the left. Delaney with the distribution. Rebecca Tonks with Lewis here to her right. In possession now here, Anna Lewis. And for the first time today is the Southampton number 9.
Good recovery from Lily Robinson there, just not allowing Anderson the chance to work that ball onto her left foot and get a ball across the area.
Corral, nice link-up play again, and this is Sampson. And Delaney's done superbly well. Long throw out up to Rebecca Tonks, who was pushed by Sampson there. It's a good decision. It's going to be a Southampton free kick.
Good area for them. I think they'll look to get a strike in on goal. Probably a little bit far out, probably, what, 11, 12 metres from goal. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, 2 each on the foul count now as we prepare for this Southampton free kick to be taken. It's taken short to Tonks. A little bit off script now, though, across to Lewis, who did have a bit of room.
Yeah, didn't quite work at what they needed to do, did they? I think they're not quite on the same wavelength with that one.
Lewis. Forward again to Tonks. Now Corral, the chance to shoot again.
Save.
And denied by Delaney once more.
You see how much she enjoyed that one as well. But really good save, Mo Delaney. Not to be outdone by our opponent.
Foster goes for goal, blocked though by Rebecca Tonks. Foster sends it back to Lowe. Cutting ball through here to Booth.
As is that. 2 really good passes there. First from Joy Lowe, and then that one from Layla Booth. Just have to take another look at this Kirsty Corral chance. It's a good save, diving low. Comfortable one perhaps, one you'd expect the goalkeeper to save, but had to be saved nonetheless.
Corral from the corner. And that's another stop for Delaney to add to the tally. Out for a corner again. 8 minutes and 25 seconds left to play. It's plenty of time for this game to change, but Bolton going in search of a goal to put distance between themselves and Southampton for the first time today. Runs through, and it's out with a goal clearance as we take a look again at the previous strike from the corner. Corral in a deeper position. Bolton in control of possession again. Sampson. Booth driving forwards down wide right. Lewis with the ball forwards, but nobody in green ahead of her.
Good from Corral, that. Really strong.
Fouled as well, so free kick.
Used the body really well to draw that foul. Kirsty Corral, a lot of experience.
Yeah, moves Southampton on to 3 second half fouls now.
And she's managed to gain herself a couple of metres here to turn this into a shooting opportunity as well. I think the foul was a little bit deeper.
Delaney's just moved her 2-player ball back more than the required distance, which is not something that you'd usually see, but actually deliberately moved the 2 players back to about 7 metres from the ball there.
Yeah, obviously felt she could cover an angle a little bit better with that. Don't mind it. It's decisive from the goalkeeper. And that's all you ask for as a coach in that situation, is you ask for your goalkeeper to organise, to have a plan. We know, Will touched on it himself in his pre-match.
Tonks went for the pass. Here's Corral now. Maybe with a chance to shoot again. Corral and scoring once more.
What a goal.
It's 2 second half goals from Kirsty Corral, and Bolton at 2 goals to the good. 3-1.
Different to her first, but equally as much quality. Perhaps gets lucky. We take another look at it with a little bit of a ricochet off Amy Maidman. It was, but willing to go and engage the Southampton last line, and gets what she deserves. Kirsty Corral, I said at half-time, I said at the end of the first half, Bolton were looking for somebody to step up and reach that level that Laura Tobin was reaching. Kirsty Corral has done that, hasn't she? Used every ounce of her experience and her ability to make a difference in this one.
Yeah, the difference maker in this second half, Kirsty Corral. The task in hand has now just become doubly difficult for Southampton to get back into the game. If they are to get back on level terms, they're going to need 2 goals without response from Bolton. Still time. But Bolton now the team in the ascendancy.
Yeah, you have to feel that Bolton will feel they've a good timeout. I think really good time to call a timeout for Will Wilson. Just settle his troops down. There's 7 minutes left, still a long time. Keep doing what they've been doing. Keep working as hard as they've been working, and they've shown time and time again they could get back into this. But Bolton will feel now they'll be quite relaxed. You can see that visibly. They will feel that they've rode out the storm on this one and put themselves in a position where they can look to build on this and just manage this game out and seal this sort of regular season title. And yeah, I think that they'll be really happy with their second half's work. They've upped their level. They've had to work incredibly hard, and now they'll give as much credit as they have to this Southampton team for that. But they just in those key moments had that quality to build on this lead, and this next goal now is really important. If Bolton get it, I think it's game over. Southampton will know that they need to score quite quickly in order to just turn the tides on this one. I think that's what you'll be looking to do. No surprise to see Kaylee Tongs back on court now alongside her sister Barton, and I'm guessing that we can't see the 4th player Anderson as well.
Flicked forward there by Delaney, but only straight to Sampson, who has it back. Oh, it's over the top. It's going to be a corner. Took a deflection en route through. It's a good block actually defensively. It stays at 3-1.
Such an important block as well, isn't it? Lapse of concentration from Delaney, perhaps, just rushing that pass forwards. She can thank her captain later for that block.
Goalkeeper's ball that time. Long throw out up to Ingram. Rebecca Tonks closed down there by Tobin. Southampton have had a tendency to score goals late on in games this season, but on too many an occasion for them, it's been when they've been too far behind in a game and the task in hand's been too difficult to get back into it. Referee there just with a word of warning for Lily Robinson.
Oh, it's a great ball. Really good idea that. Just not quite enough quality on that pass, was it? See what they're trying to do. They're going to try and isolate Kaylee Tonks 1v1, I think, and see that as an opportunity.
Delaney rolling that one out. Ingram.
They need Ingram to be this strong. If they're going to play to how they want to, there we go. Good defending.
Header back here to Robinson. Delaney couldn't have been certain it was going wide because she was scrambling across the goal.
She did well, didn't she? She had to deal with it. Again, it's Tobin who's read the pass. It was her header down, and snapshot really from Robinson.
Bolton set piece there, the corner taken short to Tobin. Got the goal scoring started today in the first half, Laura Tobin. Forward from Hutton, now another transitional moment for Southampton going forwards. Bolton ball. Just being moved back a few metres there, told exactly where to take the kick in from Hutton. Tobin, there's an overlapping player as well here across the face of goal. It breaks, fortunately, back to Delaney. Bolton, though, creating themselves another opportunity there. Tobin turning away from Maidment. Simpler save that time for Delaney.
Still one she had to make though. It's on target. Again, quality from Laura Tobin to turn and wriggle free of a marker.
Oh, and it's in that time. And it's Kerry Sampson with the final touch, right in front of goal. And Bolton do move 4-1 to the good.
And that, for me, now is game. Again, quality from Tobin. Really precise pass. We see from here, she's worked the angle, changed that angle, and then it's a really good pass across. And Kerry Sampson can thank her manager for she'll never have an easier finish in her career. Real quality at key moments from Bolton's two experienced, talismanic playmakers. And you have to say it's been Laura Tobin and Kirsty Carell that have been the difference between the two, because and Joy Lowe's had an exceptional game at really key moments as well. When a team weren't at their best, she came up trumps. And now with 4.5 minutes left on the clock, Bolton will feel this game is theirs.
Yeah, it's a long, long way back now for the Aztecs. It's a mountain to climb, really. Barton. Rebecca Tonks disrupted there, though, by Robinson. And the last touch came back off Tonks, too. They'll be disappointed again, Southampton, if they do go on to lose this game. It looks that way at the moment. Barton scored a brilliant goal, remember. Kaylee Tonks back to Rebecca Tonks. On the overlap she went. No route through there though, and only into Bolton defence. Here's Tobin now, up to Hudson. Good stop, Delaney.
What a run that is from Emily Hudson. Purposeful from fixed to top, past the pivot. And she knows from Laura she's going to get that ball back, and it's a really good save from Mo Delaney as well.
Yeah, textbook good technique there. And the goalkeeper out quickly to meet Hutton as well at the edge of the box. Corral back on after a breather. Corner again. Robinson fires that one over. Really good game this has been. It's been competitive throughout with a whole host of opportunities, and both goalkeepers, of course, on fine form too. Just run away from Southampton. The latter stages of the second half that we've seen till this point. Katie Tonks taking it short, and Aloilolo with the outstretched right leg.
Just not quite there, was she?
Booth will try to break. Maidment has a job to do and does it well. Maidment's kicking. Header up and out of play by Corral. Still to come today, of course, we have 2 more games to bring to you. Both of those will be over on the TNT Sports Red Button channel. Up next, we'll have Birmingham against Hertfordshire Vipers, also in the women's Tier 1. And following that, Loughborough, their B team, against Bolton B. The men's Tier 2 North. There's another chance here for Bolton to add to their lead, and it's against the post.
Southampton just riding their luck a little bit there. That's a good ball, though.
Aloilolo couldn't divert it goal bound.
She's frustrated with herself, isn't she, there? But it's a really clever run off the shoulder of the defender. Blindside run, so hard to defend against.
Yeah, she's had more court time today than perhaps usual. Davina Aloilolo often in this Southampton squad, but with limited minutes. Here's Corral, who very much doesn't have limited minutes and doesn't have limited involvement. Kirsty Corral, again, another hat-trick, the star of the show really for Bolton, particularly in this second half. 3 of the best, and Bolton are 5-1 up.
Yeah, I think you said it perfectly well there, Isaac. Since half-time, Kirsty Corral has taken this game by the horns, hasn't she? And really showed every ounce of quality that she has. Those two there in particular are the reason Bolton have won this game, as well as their goalkeeper, who's going to feel exceptionally hard done to in the fact that she's had such a good game, and then her manager and Kirsty have really stole this show away from her with some exceptional goals at the other end. That one there to finish off her, to get her hat-trick, it's just all about individual brilliance, isn't it?
A couple of chances in there for Southampton as well, just as you were speaking, Matt. Another good save from Joy Lowe in the Bolton goal. The second one went off target. The game is beyond them now, if it wasn't already before, as Maidment there is fouled, and you know what's coming next by way of a caution there.
Yeah, Bolton won't care now, will they? 2 minutes away from a divisional, the divisional title, as it would be, and they'll be really pleased with the day's work. Had to ride the storm, Southampton have been exceptional for large parts of this, and have really had to dig in deep, Bolton, to find a way through and really show their quality. Been forced to get to a higher gear than they've perhaps reached for a number of weeks, but they've reached it. And now this is just about game management. It's about running down this clock, seeing this game out and enjoying themselves and enjoying what they've achieved.
Lovely back heel. There's a player over here as well. It's Maidment, but she's not found. Barton could only present the ball straight comfortably to Lowe.
And that, for me, is the difference between the two teams today. Is in those kind of situations, Southampton haven't been able to pick off the right pass, haven't been able to make the right decision.
Ruby Coleman really needs to be careful here. She's just been introduced in the last couple of minutes. She was cautioned in her first involvement and has just committed the foul there on Aloilolo, which I think if she hadn't already been booked might have brought about a second yellow card. So a little bit of leniency perhaps from the officials, and a stern talking to for Ruby Coleman, who certainly trying to get involved in the game, but not really in the right aspect, conceding 2 fouls like that in quick succession, and both of them arguably cautionable offences. The first one certainly was, which she was booked for. Just a talking to as well there from Rebecca Foster, who was, I think, saying to her, you know, nothing silly now, last couple of minutes, you've just been brought on for a Tier 1 debut.
It looks like good management. Laura's just taken her back off, brought herself back onto court just to see this game out. Calm head. It's another good strike from her, isn't it? Forced another good save from goalkeeper Delaney.
Tobin. Approaching the final minutes of play here. Bolton 5-1 to the good, having been just the 1 goal up at half-time, as Tobin adds another. Robinson with the assist. Tobin gets her second of the game, and it's 6-1.
It's a really good goal as well, isn't it? In these, as this game's gone on, Bolton have grown in confidence. You've seen as soon as they sealed that game, that 4th goal, the one that took them 3 goals ahead, seemed to just lift them out of a slump almost, and they've really come good as this game's gone on.
Down the other end, Southampton looking for a consolation. 40 seconds thereabouts left now. Ingram drags it wide. Low long there up to Tobin. This has turned into a really pleasing display for Bolton, and they faced much adversity with the chances conceded on goal, and really they have their goalkeeper to thank for the fact that they were ahead at half-time and continued that into the second half as Laura Tobin there is cautioned to go with her 2 goals today.
She won't mind at this stage, will she?
Bolton now just moments away from being crowned champions of the regular league campaign phase before, of course, the all-important playoffs, which is what it's all about for the top 4 teams at the end of the season. Anderson ricochets back to the goalkeeper and Lowe will send it long. Tobin. Matt, will come to you for a player of the match in just a moment as we have the final 5 seconds. Go on then, give us your player of the match from this one.
Yeah, really tough decision actually, because you could have picked either goalkeeper and you could have picked Laura Tobin, but I think after those 3 second half goals that have really sealed the win, player of the match for me has to be Kirsty Carell. Her manager's picked her out at the start as someone to watch, and she's shown you exactly what she gives in that second half. I have to give a special mention to Joy Lowe though. I think she was exceptional from start to finish, and had her teammates not picked up as much as they did in that second half, she'd have been an absolute stonewall pick for that. But yeah, Kirsty Carell just seals it for me with those 3 fantastic individual goals. And Bolton, congratulations to them. They thoroughly deserve a 6-1 win and this regular season league title.
Yeah, you could see what it meant to them as well there at the end with the celebrations. Congratulations to Bolton, champions of the regular league phase ahead of the playoffs. It's finished here at the Repton Sports Centre in Derby. The full-time score is Southampton Aztecs 1, Bolton 6. Welcome back then to the Repton Sports Centre, where Bolton have just beaten Southampton Aztecs by 6 goals to 1 to crown themselves champions of the regular league phase of the Women's Tier 1 of the National Futsal Series. Congratulations to them. Let's now head down courtside to Chris Parkin, who has some post-match reaction.
Honestly, grow up. Don't grow up. Not even on. It's not even on.
Laura, who's going to get attention for a second. First of all, congratulations on topping the table. Job half done really until the playoffs, but reflection on the game today?
Yeah, I thought we did really well today. We've been working hard in training on just sitting and relaxing on the ball, and I think we went out there and done that today.
Yeah, definitely.
I think you said before off camera you and Kirsty have been working on some moves there. Were some of them in the training ground moves today?
I taught her everything she knows, that's why she scored loads today.
Exactly.
And Kirsty, some fantastic goals for you. Pleased with your performance today?
Yeah, happy to get on the score sheet. Our captain Bex told me to shoot a bit more in the second half, and that's exactly what I did.
You'll be voting Matt's player of the match, so Laura, if you do the honours.
Who votes for these? No, I'm joking. Sorry about this. We'll be serious in the playoffs.
And good luck for the playoffs.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Thanks, Nat. I'm recording all of it.
Well, you can see what it means to the Bolton team, at least there, with the celebrations as they're crowned the champions of the regular league phase, Matt, and confirmation of their 6-1 win here this morning. Southampton Aztecs will be disappointed with that result, given their good performance, certainly at times throughout the game today. But Bolton, in the end, just with too much quality. And still to come today, 2 games to bring to you over on the TNT Sports Red Button channel. So Hertfordshire Vipers, bottom of the table, up against Birmingham WLV next. Loughborough B will face Bolton B as well. That's from the men's Tier 2. Let's show you the highlights, though, the goals from this clash. That was the first goal of the second half to make it 1-1 at that point. And that really the highlighting moment for Southampton in that second half. It's a lovely finish from Laura Barton.
It was, yeah. It was probably the one moment of real quality they had in front of goal. So often so wasteful, and that was the difference, wasn't it? We saw at one end Southampton wasting a lot of chances, and we touched on it. You cannot afford to do that, because in key moments, top players like Corral and Tobin will do things like this to you, and they'll punish you with the first opportunity to get. What a finish that is. This one as well. Really good save from Mo Delaney, but this is as Bolton really started to turn the screw, up the tempo, up the ante almost of how they played, and find that second gear. And then from there we saw quality moment after quality moment. Different one, slightly unfortunate for Amy Maidman, but Corral willing to stand up the defender, wait for the opportunity to find that corner, created the angle for herself. This is a really good view of this, because you see she goes through the defender's legs into the empty goal that Mo Delaney leaves to her left-hand side.
Yeah, Kerry Sampson there with the finish, the Bolton number 10 for that particular goal, and Tobin there providing the assist.
And it's a key moment, isn't it? Because that one was the 4th goal. Gave them their 3-goal lead, and for me that was game after that. And you saw Bolton really play with a freedom, and you see they realise the importance of it as well. Both Kerry and Laura have been around the game long enough. This is a real quality finish. That Topo finish to Mo Delaney's left-hand side leaves the goalkeeper with no chance, always going away from her. But how many times have you seen Kirsty Corral score that goal in her career?
Yeah, said there in the post-match interview that she'd been told to shoot more in the second half, and well, she certainly did, and found the net on 3 separate occasions in that second half. And Kirsty Corral, really the star of the show, as she took the game by the scruff of its neck and turned it into a really high-quality second half. And then Tobin back on the score sheet, got the goal scoring started, and got the goal there as well, the final goal for Bolton. It's Lily Robinson who gets the assist for that one, and Tobin with the finish. So then Bolton have performed really well today. Southampton will be disheartened by the result, but certainly not the performance. As you see, confirmation Bolton have finished their regular league campaign. All 12 games played for them now, and they're 10 points clear of London Helvetia, who still have 3 games to play, but can't catch Bolton at the top of the table. looking forward to the end of season playoffs as well. Birmingham will be looking for the win in their game up next here against Hertfordshire Vipers. Looking forward to that one, Matt.
Yeah, I really am. Yeah, I think Birmingham will have watched that and will look to come out and get this game over and done with as quickly as possible, cement that playoff place, and then it really gives them the opportunity to try things, doesn't it? And to start building towards that last four and the post-season games.
Yeah, well, so in a pulsating opening fixture of the day here this morning, despite an excellent display from the Aztecs, it's Bolton who get the job done, sealing the deal as the regular season champions. Join us over on the red button. Goodbye.